Hey there, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here.
This edition, brought to you by Thomas Allgaier and Frennis, is really focused on the hottest electrification and battery technology trends we've seen bubbling up on LinkedIn.
Yep, specifically over the past couple of weeks, calendar weeks 36 and 37.
Exactly. And Frennis, just so you know, they're fantastic at helping automotive businesses and consultancies stay ahead with top-notch market and competitive intelligence.
Basically, they give product teams and strategy leaders the solid groundwork they need for those big strategic decisions.
Go caught it.
And today, we're diving deep into those absolute top trends in electrification and battery tech.
We're going beyond just the headlines, right? Looking at everything from, say, ultra-fast charging breakthroughs
to how your EV could actually become like a mobile power plant. It's pretty cool stuff.
And also the crucial policy side of things, the market dynamics shaping it all.
Can't forget those.
Definitely not. So we're here to unpack what industry leaders are genuinely talking about, highlight maybe some surprising facts, and just give you a shortcut to getting up to speed on the cutting edge of mobility.
Consider it your quick download. Key insights straight from the source.
Okay, so let's kick off our deep dive. Where should we start? Maybe with something foundational, like charging infrastructure.
Sounds good. It's always evolving.
Yeah, and it's obvious speed is a big deal. Everyone talks about that. But there seems to be a bigger picture emerging now about how charging really fits into our lives.
Absolutely. Andrew Cornelia, in one of his LinkedIn posts, really hit the nail on the head there.
Oh, yeah? What do you say?
Well, he pointed out that while, 5-minute EV charging grabs headlines,
Which it does.
the truly transformative part isn't just the raw speed, it's the frictionless experience.
Frictionless, okay.
He talks about needing context-driven charging, a customer-focused experience, and seamless integration between the car and the whole infrastructure setup.
That makes so much sense. It's not just about plugging in fast. It's about it being easy, fitting into your routine.
Exactly. Like grabbing a coffee, as you said before we started, that level of ease.
But how close are we really? I mean, outside of maybe some ideal test cases,
Yeah.
what are the big hurdles to making it that smooth everywhere?
Yeah, that's the challenge, isn't it? Often it's the user experience quirks, not the core tech. But on the tech side, wow, we're seeing huge leaps.
Like what?
Felix Hamer highlighted Mercedes pushing past 850 kilowatt of charging.
850.
Yeah. And he mentioned Alpitronic's HYC 1000 ultra-fast chargers could be popping up across Europe soon. We're talking potentially 400 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes.
Okay, hold on. 400 kilometers in 5 minutes.
That's the promise.
That genuinely changes the game for road trips. Makes it almost like a petrol stop.
Pretty much.
But, okay, quick question. How do our grids handle that kind of power spike? And what does that super fast charging do to battery health long term? Are people talking about that?
Oh, definitely. Grid impact and battery degradation are huge discussion points, absolutely core considerations.
Right.
And it's not just passenger cars getting this focus. Think heavy duty. Moritz Vornfeld shared a big milestone.
For trucks.
Yep, a megawatt charging session hit 864 kilowatts for Scania trucks up in Sweden.
Okay, megawatt charging MCS.
That's the one, designed for the big rigs. And what was cool about this test was showing that MCS and the standard CCS plugs,
The ones most cars use.
can actually coexist in the same charging system.
Okay. That coexistence is key, right? For scaling up electric long-haul trucking.
Absolutely crucial. You can't have totally separate systems everywhere. It simplifies everything.
And Adam Jones from E.ON Drive Infrastructure also chimed in on this, didn't he? Highlighting their own MCS testing.
He did. They're pushing hard on efficiently powering zero-emission freight. The momentum is definitely building.
So how fast do you reckon we'll see these MCS chargers along major trucking routes? Is it still years away?
It's a massive infrastructure project, so yeah, it'll take time. But the pilots are proving it works.
Okay.
But what's also fascinating is looking beyond just the tech at the whole ecosystem.
How so?
Rohan Puri observed something interesting. EV charging. It's not niche anymore.
Definitely not.
It's this huge convergence point. You've got oil and gas, automakers, retail, energy companies. They're all meeting here, and there's real profit involved.
A convergence point. I like that.
Yeah. And he suggests the companies winning are the ones designing business models where all these forces actually help each other out, finding where the real margins hide, as he put it.
That's a powerful way to look at it. It's less about just the charger, more about the whole value play, strategic business model.
Exactly.
So for the, let's say, traditional players in oil or retail, what's their biggest hurdle in adapting and finding those margins? Is it just legacy thinking?
That's often a big part of it, shedding old ways, embracing collaboration. But, with all this growth and money flowing, there's risk, too.
Like what kind of risk?
Tom Butcher raised a really important flag about fraud in EV charging.
Fraud. How?
Things like QR code payment scams, messing with billing systems, cyber vulnerabilities in the chargers themselves. It's apparently on the rise.
Oh, wow. I hadn't really thought about that aspect.
And he stresses preventing this isn't just a tech fix. It's fundamental to building trust. He calls it a core enabler of clean mobility. If people don't trust the payment system, they won't use it.
That makes total sense. Trust is everything.
Yeah.
And it links to usability too, right? Dirk Fitzer's usability index finding. What was it? Only 1 in 3 charge points works seamlessly.
Yeah, something like that. Terrible satisfaction scores in some cases. And that directly hits the charge point operator's bottom line.
So you've got fraud risks on one side and basic usability issues on the other. How do we tackle both? Is it just better tech, better standards?
It's a mix. Definitely needs industry collaboration, better standards, more robust systems. But, that actually leads us nicely into the next big theme.
Okay.
We've talked about getting power into the car fast and easy. But what if your EV could give power back?
Bidirectional. V2X.
Exactly. Vehicle to everything. V2G for the grid, V2H for your home, V2L to power devices. This is moving fast from just being a cool concept to, actual reality.
Okay, this is where I think it gets really exciting. Neeraj Kumar Singhal, I saw his post. He painted this picture of EVs as mobile power plants.
That's the vision.
Your car powers your house during an outage or supports the grid when demand spikes. And you could even earn money doing it. He mentioned, over $1,200 a year?
Yeah, potentially. By smartly charging when power is cheap and selling it back or using it when it's expensive, it turns every parked EV into a grid asset. Creates these virtual power plants.
Virtual power plants made of cars. Wild.
And it's not just theory. Jaap Berger actually compared several real V2G offers available now in Europe.
Oh, really? Who's offering them?
Big names. BMW with E.ON, Mobilize, which is Renault's brand, with the Mobility House, Octopus Energy. They all have contracts out there.
And what's the deal for the customer?
Basically, they enable an average user to drive for free for somewhere around 11,000 to 14,000 kilometers a year.
Drive for free.
By using the car's battery flexibility. Charge low, discharge high. The savings or earnings cover the driving costs.
Wow. Okay, that is a massive selling point. Driving 14,000 kilometers for free, that could seriously boost EV adoption if it's easy to do.
Yeah.
What's the setup like? Do you need tons of special gear?
It's getting simpler, and we're seeing the products hit the market. Marlena Maranya, Philo Jacobs, Bianca Brenner, they shared news about E.ON and BMW launching Germany's first proper V2G tariff.
With which car?
The new BMW iX3. And Dr. Jens Berger and Philip Guerrero gave more details on that car. It's got an 800-volt system, 400 kilowatt of DC charging, and importantly, full bidirectional capability, V2L, V2H, V2G.
So the car itself is ready.
Exactly. They're positioning it not just as a car, but as a key part of the energy system, a storage device.
Right. But the wall box, the charger at home, that needs to be special too, right?
Yeah.
And probably expensive.
Well, that's the surprising part. Manfred Prisibilla pointed out BMW launched a DC Bidi wall box, that's the bidirectional one, for just $2,175.
Wait, only around 2,000 euros?
Yeah. People expected these to be much, much pricier.
That's aggressive pricing. What does that tell you? Are they trying to kickstart the market?
Seems like it. It makes V2X suddenly look much more accessible for homeowners. Broadens the market considerably.
And it supports that whole idea John Reister mentioned,
Yeah.
right? That EVs aren't a burden on the grid, they're actually a resource.
Precisely. He highlighted B2U storage solutions using 500 retired EV batteries for grid storage down in Texas.
Second life batteries.
Yep. Doubles the value of the minerals, helps smooth out renewables. Great example of the circular economy.
That is brilliant. Using old batteries to solve a grid problem?
Yeah.
Love it. But okay, for this whole V2X thing to really take off everywhere, you need the policies and the standards lined up.
Absolutely critical. Bonifaz Rudolph mentions Switzerland's new electricity law coming in January 2026. It removes the last hurdles for V2X there. That's the kind of clarity needed.
And standards. Are they keeping pace?
Getting there. From 2027, ISO 151-1820 becomes mandatory for new wall boxes in the EU.
ISO 151-1820. Okay, what is that too?
It basically ensures everyone's speaking the same language for bidirectional charging over the CCS plug.
Yeah.
Harmonized protocol means better interoperability, less hassle for users.
So my car can talk to any compatible charger. regardless of brand. That's huge for confidence.
Exactly. And Michael Keller from Sharon also stressed they're moving V2G from just paper standards to actual real-world testing, making it happen.
Good. What about the data side of VDG? Who owns it? Who gets paid?
Good question. Davide De Macchino explained how the EU Data Act and the updated Renewable Energy Directive, RE3, are sorting that out.
Oh,
He suggests OEMs might use a freemium model. Basic data, like battery state of charge, is shared freely for grid services, but maybe more detailed data or premium V2G services could have a fee.
a freemium model for car data. Interesting. Balances access with a business case.
That seems to be the idea. Ensure interoperability, but let OEMs monetize value-added services.
But coordinating all this, the tech, policy, data, standards, hardware, it sounds incredibly complex.
It is, and Oliver Hill really hammered this point. It needs collective action.
What kind of action?
He called for financial incentives, fiscal frameworks to support bidirectional charging rollout, grid fees that actually reward V2G for its grid benefits, faster smart meter deployment, and crucially, guaranteed interoperability.
The whole ecosystem effort.
Truly, a connected future for energy and mobility. And Russell Vare also gave an update showing demonstration programs like the Mass CC V2X one are proving these concepts work in the real world. Pilots are moving to installs.
Okay, it's clear the EV future is way more plugged into the grid than maybe we first thought. But let's shift gears. Let's talk about the heart of the EV.
The battery.
And the whole supply chain behind it. Critical stuff.
Couldn't be more critical. Santosh Singh put it really well. For an EV, the battery is the engine, fuel tank, and performance brain all rolled into one.
Engine, fuel tank, and brain. I like that.
And get this, nearly 40% of an EV's price. It comes from the battery pack.
40%. Wow.
Yeah. So it immediately tells you why making batteries cheaper, better, lasts longer. It's the absolute key to getting EVs into everyone's driveway. Mass adoption hinges on it.
No kidding. 40% is huge. Really drives home why every bit of battery innovation matters so much.
And he also touched on the geopolitics. Lithium, nickel, cobalt. Access to these minerals is sparking intense global supply chain battles.
Right. We hear about that constantly. So on the innovation front, what's exciting right now? What's pushing the tech forward?
Olivia Morgan shared some cool updates from Europe. Mercedes-Benz, for example, they have a solid-state prototype.
Solid state, the holy grail.
Getting closer. This prototype went 749 miles on a single charge.
749 miles. Seriously.
Seriously. It's a massive step towards making those high-density, potentially safer solid-state cells commercially real.
Okay, that's a genuine range anxiety killer right there.
Absolutely. And then there's a Dutch startup, Leyenjar. They raised $23 million to scale up production of pure silicon anodes.
Silicon anodes.
Oh.
What's the benefit there?
Potentially boosting battery capacity by up to 50%. Huge jump in energy density.
50% more capacity. Combined with solid-state range. The next generation of batteries sounds incredible. How soon could we see this stuff in actual cars we can buy? Is it still like 10 years out?
Some solid-state applications might appear sooner, maybe within the decade, in niche areas first. Silicon anodes are already starting to be blended in, and the big players are strategizing. Thomas Schmall outlined VW Group's plan for their unified cell from PowerCo.
Unified cell.
Yeah, the idea is one core battery cell design platform for up to 80% of their vehicles. Standardized, flexible, scalable, cheaper, high energy, fast charging.
And it can handle different battery chemistries.
That's key. Flexible enough for current tech like NMC and LFP, but also ready for future stuff like solid state. Adaptable. Felix Mausner also highlighted their role in BMW's new iX3 battery cells, pushing range towards like 805 km WLTP. So progress is happening now too.
That unified cell approach, being flexible on chemistry, sounds incredibly smart from a manufacturing and supply chain perspective. Adapts to whatever tech wins out or whichever materials are available.
Exactly. Hedging bets, maximizing efficiency.
But it's not just about new batteries, right? The whole life cycle, recycling. That's crucial too.
Hugely important. Lillian Schwitsch made a strong case for sticking to Europe's 2035 zero emissions target for cars.
Why?
She argues that clear regulatory deadlines like that are what really drive innovation, especially in areas like battery recycling. You need that certainty.
Makes sense. Investment follows certainty.
And she mentioned Silab. They're building Europe's biggest EV battery recycling plant, aiming for over 90% recycling efficiency.
90% efficiency. At scale.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Prove circular economy models aren't just theory. They can work and massively reduce the need for new mining.
That's fantastic news. It tackles one of the biggest criticisms of EVs head-on, the environmental cost of batteries. Does recycling actually make economic sense now, or does it still need subsidies?
It's getting much better, especially as raw material prices fluctuate and regulations tighten. The economics are improving.
Good to hear. And speaking of raw materials and global flows, Eugen Filippenko-Sieber pointed out a pretty dramatic shift.
Oh, yeah. What shift?
Korean lithium-ion battery exports to the U.S., they surged like 320% year over year. Whoa, 1,300%.
Yep. While at the same time, Chinese battery imports to the U.S. dropped sharply.
Okay, that clearly shows the geopolitical plate shifting. Tariffs, strategic partnerships like the IRA in the U.S., it's redrawing the map.
Absolutely. It's not just about the best tech anymore. It's about secure, friendly supply chains, national strategy playing out in battery imports.
It really is a fundamental reshaping of global manufacturing.
Yeah.
Fascinating and maybe a little scary.
Definitely dynamic times.
Well, this has been a packed deep dive. If you enjoyed this, remember, new editions drop every 2 weeks. You can also check out our other deep dives covering future mobility and market evolution, next-gen vehicle intelligence, and commercial fleet insights.
And I think what we've really seen today is that electrification, it's way beyond just faster cars or slightly bigger batteries now. It's fundamentally about weaving mobility into the entire energy system.
Right. Every EV becomes a potential grid asset.
Exactly. Moving towards that future where your car isn't just transport, it's an active player in energy management, grid stability, maybe even your home's power backup.
So maybe the final thought, the critical question for everyone listening, especially those in the industry, are we really ready, culturally and technically, to embrace these vehicles, not just as things we drive, but as these mobile power plants? Are we ready to actively participate in shaping that smarter, more resilient grid?
A lot to think about there.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next edition, where we'll keep unpacking the most important insights shaking up the world of mobility.